Hey there, everybody watching. This is Sarah with Shelter Pets Live, and I am holding an interview with Mr. John Killoran, who is the CEO of Swoop, who is the company that developed the fundraising pledging platform software that I am working on applying to Shelter Pets Live. And so I'm actually going to give John the opportunity to tell us a little bit about his organizations and what both of the products that he has do.
Hi. Hi, Sarah. Thanks.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, it's actually funny. I wanted to how we got connected. We have at Swoop we have a fundraising product called Snowball, and it's a super popular fundraising platform that nonprofits across the country are using. In the last 2 years, we've had 6,000 nonprofits sign up with it, and 300 every month are signing up with it. It's really an exciting and it's a great product. It just makes it easy for people to pledge and donate, so they can support good causes without having a lot of hassle and a lot of difficulty in doing so. Well, I don't really my cell phone number is not out there, but Sarah is a good investigator, and she found my number and called me on a Monday morning and caught me, and I heard all about this project that she's undertaking, and being an animal lover, and I have dogs myself, and I've always had dogs. Connected with me, and so we're 100% behind this project, and we're donating the technology, and we're even going to do some custom development on this project, so that it's just a really beautiful experience for everybody to use, and we're happy to do it. And, the developers we have on staff and the team we have, they all are dog lovers as well. So it's an exciting project and fun for us.
And it is funny how we did end up connecting, and you're right. I wasn't necessarily looking to connect with the CEO of the company. I was just trying to reach out to somebody to try to figure out, a little bit more about what the fundraising opportunity that you guys offer through your product, how it works, and how it could potentially be applied to animal rescue. And I had been trying to fill in some of the holes that I was seeing as far as how the pledging process goes right now on Facebook and other social media platforms. And as I explained to you in our conversation, the way that it works now, as many of you that are watching are familiar with, but for those of you that are not familiar with the entire process, is right now what happens is you'll see a picture of a dog who is getting networked to be pulled out of a shelter or any kind of rescue needs for this particular animal and their circumstance. People will manually type in the comments section of the photo, "I'll pledge $10 to the tagging rescue organization that pulls the dog. Private message me with the PayPal information of the rescue and the freedom photos." And if you don't know what freedom photos are, that is a picture of the dog actually exiting the shelter, so that people know that they are pledging their money towards an animal that is actually coming out of the shelter. And it's not just money that's kind of floating around out there where they don't know if the animal is actually getting rescued, and that's where their money went. So people are understandably hesitant to put their money somewhere where they're not sure, that it's secure and that it's going to the right purpose. So I started doing some research to see what kinds of different pledging or fundraising opportunities exist now, and if any of them could be applied to the entire rescue process, because it's very, it's not that it's complicated, it's just that there is no real process in place that works. Because basically, when someone pledges their money towards an animal, it is the responsibility of you to either follow that pledge around until the dog is free and you make your actual financial donation to the animal, or it's up to somebody who is in the rescue organization, usually it's a volunteer, to go out and hunt down these people that make these pledges that are always well intended. That's certainly not the issue. It's that a lot of times that's what people do all day. They sit and they pledge to save animal lives. And it's really hard to keep track of each individual pledge that you make unless someone chases you down for it. Or you have a list that you keep a tally of, I pledged to this dog on this day this amount. Well, that is really hard to keep track of, especially when you do it multiple times a day. So I wanted to try to find something that existed, or talk to a company that could develop something with the specific needs of animal rescue in mind. And when I found Snowball Fundraising online, I approached you guys, and like you said, I just so happened to be able to find your direct phone number and have a conversation with you. I wasn't planning on being able to talk to the CEO of any company. I was just kind of trying to find, maybe the sales department. And I got fortunate enough to get you on the phone and tell you exactly what we needed and what we were looking for. And you liked the concept of the idea so much, and explained to me how your product works, and that you thought that it would be the perfect solution for this type of need. And after another couple of additional conversations about specific needs to be tailored to what you guys already offer, you guys were generous enough to put your heads together to develop a custom tailored product for us to be able to use that isn't really like anything else that's out there right now, that people will be able to easily and securely use to be able to pledge money towards saving animals. And I can't tell you thank you enough for that, because I think there have been many, many people who have tried to come up with an idea to develop something like this that would work. And I don't know if maybe they thought it seemed a little bit too difficult to put together, or maybe they weren't quite sure if it was really even possible to come up with something comprehensive enough to do everything it needed to do. And thank goodness, the way your product already was developed already had like 90% of everything that we needed in place. And the only thing that we're doing to make a couple of little small adjustments to your original product is that we are going to develop something that makes it where each shelter that is on Shelter Pets Live will have their own individual page with multiple dog, it's called a thermometer, where you can have a visual representation of the amount of money that is being raised for any particular animal. And that makes it very easy for you to be able to look on one page for one shelter and see, hey, look, Fluffy over here has $500 pledged to him, and Roscoe over here only has $30. Maybe my money would be better suited going towards Roscoe, who needs it a little bit more. And we can help divert funds by letting people visually see where their money is needed more. So the fact that we'll be able to do something like that and have all of the pledges and donations that are being promised to a particular animal, to have that all in one location is huge, because right now, like I said, the way it is, it's manually entered by someone typing it into the comment section of a photo. And when that original post photo has been shared exponentially so many times, and every single one of those may have people pledging on it, there is virtually no way to keep track of every amount of dollar pledge that's being made to any animal. So the fact that it can all be centrally located in one place and easy to see and easy to find is going to just absolutely revolutionize the way that pledging is done for animals and be able to save so many more lives, because the fact that we'll be able to get the money to the rescues rather than them having to hunt it down and only potentially collecting around 30 to 40% is the estimated amount that they usually get every single time. There's never like 100% collected, and that's unfortunate, because for every dollar that they don't collect, that ends up coming out of their pocket. And when you're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, that eats away at your funds very quickly. And even just one dog that needs a heartworm treatment that can cost up to $1,000 sometimes, that comes out of their pocket. And we just can't lose rescues because of the inability to collect funding. That doesn't help anybody, and it certainly does not give animals the opportunity to live when they're stuck in a shelter and can't get any other way out. So, like I said, I can't tell you thank you enough for being able to work with us and being willing to so generously donate your time and your efforts towards this cause to save animal lives. There are thousands of animals and thousands of people that, are going to benefit immensely from this.
So thank you. You're welcome. And it's like I said, it's an absolute pleasure for us. And what's really kind of great, and I think this is the reason our technology, I think, will work great for this, and it's been working for so many of the nonprofits out there, is that anyone who's viewing and pledging, what's great, if you look at my T-shirt, you'll see one of our trademarks of our company is that nobody's going to need to set up a password. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
It is a 2-click pledging process, and they can just log into their account that they're going to set up with you guys to be able to donate and pledge in 2 clicks, and they'll never need to remember a password. So it's just convenient. People like to do it. People hate passwords. It's fun. We have these shirts for trade shows, and we wear them around town. And I can't tell you, just flying on airplanes and walking around town, come up to you and tell you how much they hate passwords.
Right.
And one of the reasons we say passwords suck is that they stop people from giving and from donating. When you have to set up an account at different places, you get fatigue, and people have 20 and 30 passwords, and the last thing they want to do is create another one. Right. So I think that's one of the benefits people are going to love about using the system here, and for pledging, it's going to be effortless. They can do it from their phone, they can do it from their computer. The different rescue shelters that the rescue groups that are joining this platform as well, they too can just log in with a 2-click button and not have to worry about it. So it can be effortless and seamless, and just a real pleasure to participate with.
Absolutely. It seems like 2 very complementary products coming together to be incredibly beneficial to the users and the animals. So again, thank you so much for working with me, or allowing me to work with you to develop something that is so unique and so revolutionary. I know I kind of used that word before, but it really is, because the way that we do it now, and bless everybody's heart who's doing it, because they're doing the best with what they have available to them, which is not much. It's literally typing on a Facebook post and using a PayPal account to make your donation. And it's worked to an extent thus far. But when people understand how this works and use it and see how easy it is to make pledges and donate money, I have a feeling they're gonna have a hard time stopping making their donations and pledges, because it's just so easy and makes it very simple for you to be able to keep track of the kind of pledging that you're doing, especially if you work for an organization that wants you to keep tallies of, what animals you've pledged to and how much you've spent. It's going to be very, very useful for people that, like I said, need to be able to keep like an accounting tab of what they're doing. So,
Sure.
And
Sarah, if anyone has any concerns about security, this is a super secure system. We've been doing this for 7 years now. We started the original use for this technology, this new authentication technology, was for managing authentication issues at these super highly secured federal facilities. Where they do all kinds of military and high security secret type stuff. And this technology was developed there, and we've had it validated by other federal facilities like Los Alamos National Laboratory and Sandia National Laboratory. So it's super secure, and that's where we started with this business. And then it was, the world's a funny place. All of a sudden we realized this technology had a wonderful application in the nonprofit world. And all of a sudden, nonprofits started signing up with us and using us. And like I mentioned earlier, we've had 6,000 of them sign up in the last couple of years. And it's more and more every month. And it's great because it just makes it easy for people to donate. And then, and this is how you found me, where our new product is on our website called swoopnow.com, if you want to go check it out. And it's for every website on the internet. We released it 3 weeks ago in San Francisco at a big conference, and it got tremendous reception, and it's taking off quickly. So if people want to learn more about it, they can read that, and they'll understand the technology that they'll be using here. So,
absolutely.
I just thought I'd let everybody know the history of it there.
Sure. Well, I do appreciate that, because I think that that's one of the major concerns for people that are trying to help animals, is they just want to make sure that their money is secure and it's going where it's supposed to go. So the fact that that major hurdle is being addressed from the get-go, and they can feel comfortable that everything is secure, is going to just encourage even more pledges to be made. So we are very, very happy to be able to present this product in this particular field of animal rescue. It's going to be a huge game changer. And like I said, again, thank you so much to you and your team. The fact that y'all have been so eager to participate in this venture, and have really put a lot of your man hours together to be able to develop something that will work and be effective in this type of application is just huge. So please give a huge thank you to your team for me on behalf of myself and the other rescues and all the animals that are going to benefit from it, because we've been looking for something like this for quite a long time, and now that something like this has arrived on the scene, I think that it's just going to change a lot of people's lives and a lot of organizations' fundraising capabilities.
Well, that's great. Makes us feel wonderful. Thank you, Sarah.
Well, good. Well, I have taken up enough of your time. I know that you're extremely busy today, so I will let you get back to catching up on a couple of things that you need to do around your office. So, again, thank you for your time, and I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you and your team, and we'll definitely have you on again to do another interview in the future once we have some more additional features to introduce.
Thanks, Sarah.
Sure, no problem. Have a good rest of your day, John.
You too.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye-bye.